The term protocols technically refers to the minutes of the proceedings of the learned elders of Zion. So these are the minutes that were taken of actual words. So it's ascribed, so to speak. And as they do it in court or anything, they had people writing what the statements and everything that was being said in this meeting.
And hold up, Prophet. This a minute sounds like a meeting. What does Psalms 83 say about this? Let's go to Psalms 83 real quick. This ain't nothing new. This sound, when you take minutes, that sounds like a meeting or something, or what's Psalms 83?
Craft council. I already know what that is.
Let's bring that out. Brothers follow us in the book of Psalms 83. Okay?
All right. Keep not thy silence, O Most High Power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
What?
A tumult. That is chaos. That means turbulence. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Mm-hmm. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Whoa. Okay, so you know what? And read verse 4, then we're going to go right into it.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Wait a minute. There was a group of people. This is in Psalm 83. It talks about a group of people talking about we're going to come together. We're going to cut the nation of Israel off from being a nation.
And 4 is so powerful. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
What happened at this meeting? Let's find out if this is similar. What happened here?
So again, we're reading from the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. So while the term protocol technically refers to the minutes of the proceedings of the learned elders of Zion, the document implies a blueprint or strategy to follow in order to achieve the desired goals stated within the protocol. Within the protocols were a subject of discussion at the first Zionist Congress held in the Basel, Switzerland. The protocols were not conceived or created at the first Zionist Congress, as some have erroneously asserted. In 1884, the daughter of a Russian general living in Paris, Mademoiselle Justine Linska, paid her assistant, Joseph Short, a member of the Jewish Mizraim.
A member of the Jewish
Mizraim Masonic Lodge.
They met we're in Switzerland. Okay.
And his alias name was Shapiro. That was his alias name, Shapiro. And he was a member of the Jewish Mizraim Masonic Lodge. In the sum of 2,500 francs dollars, of course, their finances for a document which contained extraordinary dictated writings from the assorted speeches, which would later be included in the final compilation of the Protocols of Zion. So let's look at some of the things that they retrieved. Okay. So the first Zionist Congress of 1897 was headed up by Theodore Herzl. Subsequent Zionist Congresses were held on an almost yearly basis up to 1913.
So up until 1913, these people will come together and meet, all right, and discuss these things. Bring it out.
All right. And if I just may, again, if you just read in your hearing Psalms 83 at verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel. And counsel is Counsel. So that is the gathering or the meeting thereof. They've taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So we go back to the protocols of the learned elders of Zion.
Well, see, this is what I'm bringing out. So to pay attention now. Remember, Christ came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. These people here are claiming not to be lost. They so-called know who they are, right? Supposed to, right? Christ's real people are lost. Go ahead.
All right. The ideas and beliefs expressed in these protocols are so hideous and repugnant to the sensibilities of any normal person of goodwill that the English translator, Victor Marsden, could only work on translating Nilius' 1905 Russian version of the protocol for 1 hour per day due to his revulsion with the concepts being promoted. So he's speaking. He almost wanted to regurgitate just in reading and gaining the images in his imagination of the concepts that they were promoting at these meetings.
Some of the things that we reveal and the knowledge that's being revealed by the Spirit of the Most High is not for the faint-hearted. If you got real small children in the room, we will let you be aware of anything that's going to come out vulgar. But the truth must be told.
Mm-hmm. The demented individuals who embrace these concepts consider themselves a superior and separate category of humanity.
Okay. Superior and separate category of humanity.
Who were chosen by God to rule over all other men on this planet and establish a simple two-tier feudal society. One with Zionist elites at the top and workers or non-Jewish goyim serfs below them. So they call them serfs.
Now, serfs and goyim is not in the Bible. Mm-hmm. Who are these people that's going to rule the iron rod? Who are these people that set themselves up? Mm-hmm. That's key reason.
No, some Zionists have admitted that they worship Lucifer.
Well, wait a minute. I'm not admitting that. I'm not a Zionist. I'm not admitting that I'm worshiping Lucifer. I know who the Most High God is. They say what?
Some Zionists have admitted that they worship Lucifer. No, we don't proclaim to worship Lucifer. We understand who Lucifer is as Satan, for all of those who don't have an interpretation for that. Michael A. Hoffman presents convincing evidence in his massive 1,100-page tome entitled Judaism Discovered, published in 2008, that Judaism is a self-worshiping, racist, supremacist belief construct. A brash 29-year-old Zionist egotist, Harold W. Rosenthal, then administrative assistant to Jewish Senator Jacob Javits of New York, revealed in a remarkably candid 1976 paid interview with Walter White Jr., who was viciously beaten on March 13, 1978. Again, I'll read that. He was in a paid interview with Walter White Jr., who was viciously beaten on March 13, 1978, which is 2 years after the interview, as a consequence of publishing his interview with Rosenthal. That Judaism is a Luciferian cult.
Judaism is a Luciferian cult. Mm-hmm. You know why they call it a Luciferian cult? Because the center, the leader of that religion is not Christ. Mm-hmm. The real followers of Christ is a lifestyle. It's not a religion. Mm-hmm.
They worship Yashaya, and they worship the lifestyle in which he presented to them. Right. They're not, as we were reading in Galatians, they're not unto another gospel. Right. They don't worship the perversion of the gospel presented to us because we've been awakened. So that's what we're waking up to when we say wake up, lost cause. So, the Judaism is a Luciferian cult. And this is a quote from Rosenthal. Most Jews do not like to admit it, but our God is Lucifer. So I wasn't mine, and we are his chosen people. Lucifer is very much alive. That, and end quote. Quoted end quote, that's from Harold W. Rosenthal. And it's found in...
He has to be testifying to the truth of this because Christ even told the Pharisees and Sadducees, ye are from your father to death.
Mm-hmm. And it's quoted verbatim from his interview recording in The Hidden Tyranny. Mm-hmm. The Hidden Tyranny. So now I want to go back to the scripture that you pulled up in with Psalms. Mm-hmm. Again, Psalm 83 in verse 3. Okay. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The hidden tyranny. And you know, they're looking, what is the hidden tyranny? They're hidden who they worship, but they also hidden what their goal and their target is. And again, as we read in the protocols here, it says that the learned elders of Zion, the document implies a blueprint of strategy to follow in order to achieve the desired goals stated within.
Do you have more on what they have with their, are they talking about the Talmud?
Yeah, Zionists and Talmudists consider non-Jews disparagingly referred to as goy or goyim, as you were stating, to be equivalent to cattle, and therefore should be afforded no more concern for the rights of the subhuman goyim than one would.
Hey, what word did you say? What word did you say? Probably bring that back out. This ain't the first time I heard that word.
Subhuman.
subhuman. When we came here off of those slave ships, brothers and sisters, they called our people subhuman.
Subhuman goyim than one would grant to a herd of steer or sheep.
Now, who were the people in authority that put our people in boats like cattle? These Zionist people led this. They financed some of the ships. They're in Zion, sitting in synagogues to this day. Christ identified the prophets. What did Christ say in Revelation 2:9? And bring it out in 2:9 and 3:9. What did he say? These are not his people.
Right.
There's all kinds of the characteristics identify the people.
Sure does.
Bring this out.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, and it reads, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
The blasphemy.
The blasphemy of them that which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Christ said that it's a blasphemy. That's a lie. They say that they are Jews and are not. But the synagogue of Satan, as they even stated here in the readings of the learned elders of Zion. We worship Lucifer. We know Lucifer to be Satan. Brothers and sisters, now this is information that's readily available to all that seek it. Christ said, seek me early. Seek him, and you shall find me.
In Revelation chapter 3, verse 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
I will make them.
Those of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, know that I have loved thee. So here's the question that question marks should be popping over your head if you're not already knowledgeable about this. If we're reading on educateyourself.org, the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, and you have the statements and the quotes that these Zionists who represent Judaism, actually that Judaism is a Luciferian cult. We understand Lucifer to be Satan. Then who is it that we're speaking of when we look at Revelation 2:9 and Revelation 3:9? This is Yashaya speaking. He's telling you what he's going to do. There has to be a synagogue of Satan. See, here's the thing. We're taking it from the truth. You must worship me in spirit and truth. If he tells us there's a synagogue of Satan and there are a group of people who would claim that they are Jews but are not, why aren't we looking for them?
Why aren't we looking for them? Why aren't we identifying? That's what we're called to do. We're called to be responsible to follow the true gospel. And that true gospel was left in the hands of the apostles. And that's what we're supposed to stay on. Rome perverted the gospel.
They began perverting it. And from them perverting it on the Catholic side, I'll just move several people. There are people who have come together with crafty counsel. So when we say crafty counsel, looking at Psalms 83, that means it's a board. It's a committee.
It's a committee.
Yeah. You have a Catholic sitting at the table, and you have a fake Jew.
But you know what? You can write these points down. You can go up to your pastors, and they won't give you a valid answer.
Yeah.
But you ask them, why do we worship on Sunday? Why do we sell stuff in the church? Why do we honor Christmas and Easter and even Lent? Right. That's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible.
That's a mixture of the perversion. That's a residue of the perversion.
Right. But you have to be ready to give an answer for what you believe in for your faith. Because Christ, everyone has to go out and give an account for what they did in this body. You're going to have to stand before your Creator at the end to give an account. Believe it or not, this right here is coming to an end. You're not going to live here forever, but your spirit will live forever. All right? I want to take my chances knowing that, hey, you know what? I did what was right according to Christ while I was on earth. I did what was right.
And it's just to close this out, Elder, I know you have more places for us to go to support this. And again, the title of the lesson today is Elder has named is Follow the Leader. You have to know what you worship. we open with this